We are going to be launching a license, which is very exciting, for a very, very well-known paint brand we're working with on a license, which will be a big launch in Paris in January. Paint, but we're working with it's going to be really exciting in January in Paris, and we will be also launching in January a new Mulberry collection, a small Mulberry collection. And Baker Lifestyle is, we have one book for Baker Lifestyle in September.
То есть основные запуски новых коллекций происходят в сентябре. Это GP&J Baker, Презентация. Например, в GP&J Baker выйдет та коллекция Signature, в которой вошли бестселлеры, отпринтованные на бархате. Вот. В январе, как правило, выходит тоже одна-две книжки. Это Mulberry выйдет новый, и выйдет коллекция, сделанная в коллаборации с известным брендом красок.
Alex, we're halfway through, as in we've got two brands to show. Do you want a short break or do you want to carry on? How?
No, let's carry on.
We carry on,
let's
okay.
Finish it.
Right.
Okay, so should we do Baker Lifestyle?
Yes, you've got.
So, does anybody have any questions? No? Do you think this is good product for your showroom? Do you think you have similar things, or do you think it will bring something
У нас
new?
есть похожее что-либо на вашем ассортименте? Они даже как-то разумеют, специфику. Просто такого, конечно, не сложный дизайн, но здесь очень похоже. Здесь несколько брендов, да, здесь поэтому большее разнообразие с точки зрения стилистики. Нам представить сегодня еще небольшая часть осталась поговорить о двух брендах. Это Baker Lifestyle и
So, to give you a bit of some background for Baker Lifestyle, very quickly, Baker, when GP&J Baker was bought, the Cravat family bought a company called called GP&J Baker. But also, there was a furniture company called Parker Knoll that was Parker Knoll Textiles, and they had a brand that was less price, was fun colours, was more youthful, that had brighter coloured fabrics, white grounds, and it wasn't based on such traditional archives as Baker. So we really reinvented that brand, and we called it Baker Lifestyle.
But Cravat bought that brand, right?
So Cravat owns that brand. They own all of our brands. But I rebranded it Baker Lifestyle when I came into the company. And the idea with it was that it was a brand that was that had brighter colours, that it wasn't so archival, that it could be used for lots of rooms in the house where maybe you wouldn't use Baker, so it could be used for children's rooms and kitchens and family rooms and guest rooms and cottages and houses by the sea, beach houses, and it had this sort of lovely, sort of like youthful, bright spirit, and the fabrics were joyous, they were really fun and interesting. So we have produced quite a few collections that have been very successful, and the latest collection we have launched was with English Homes and Gardens magazine. And again, they came to us and said that they wanted to produce a fabric collection that represented their reader, that was a family, or that were people who didn't want, the price of Baker Lifestyle is lower than Baker, so that, and that had brighter colours and slightly more fashion. So this is the third collection that we have launched with the magazine, and it has been extremely successful.
How does it work? Where do you take the designs?
They come to us with mood boards of trends, and then we design the collection.
Ah, from the zero.
So from zero.
It's not like
No, it's not archival. We design the collection from zero. So they came to us with things. They felt that designs that were travel inspired were important at the moment. They felt that these sort of small block print designs were very important. So things like this. So they came to us with the type of trend mood boards, and then we designed the collection in our studio with artwork. We did our own artwork, or we drew things, or we worked with mills on designs. So the collection has borders, and it has...
Can I just stop it for a second? Because I think this is also quite interesting, that although the collection is very colourful, as you can see here, you can also be much more minimal. This is the linen, which is also in this book. It's 100% linen. Again, as Anne said, you can add a trimming, and you've got a secondary print. So this is a very good retail storybook, because everything is coordinated together. So it goes usually in a colour story. As Anne's got here, we have the Montpellier, which you saw here, which they all work together. And this is our Carnival plain, which is very similar to a linen, but it's not in fact linen. It's a very inexpensive version, and you can see that it has the same philosophy as the rest of Baker Lifestyle. It's colourful and bright and light and quite fun. It's very strong, so you can use it for upholstery or drapery, but it doesn't have the characteristics of linen, so it will not crease in the same way that linen creases, like I showed. It won't do that. So it's for people who really like the look and feel of linen, but don't like the way it behaves. So it works very well with this story. It's a very family type fabric, which you can wash. It's strong, it's upholstery and drapery.
Если говорить о позиционировании, то GP&J Baker это все-таки коллекция для таких высоких, дорогих интерьеров, а Baker Lifestyle для жизни более жизнерадостная, более свежая, менее консервативная, более современная. Здесь уже много в составе полиэстера. Например, вот Тони показывал лен. Здесь это 100% лен. В аналогичном продукте он есть также 100% полиэстер. Людям нравится лен, но не нравится, как он себя ведет, что он мнется, что он сбоку стирается, что он может сесть. Здесь это все вопросы решены. Более такой современный, молодежный, яркий, веселый дизайн. Его история этой коллекции следующая. Крэви также владела компанией, я забыл, как она называется, это не важно. Давно было, значит, и вот непонятно было, что с ней делать. И когда Энн возглавила GP&J Baker, они решили сделать ребрендинг этого бренда и включить его в группу GP&J Baker и назвали это Baker Lifestyle. То есть такая более экономичная, более доступная, более современная, более семейная линейка.
Baker Lifestyle is also where you'll find our special fabrics. These are they come in these little notebooks I'm going to unravel under here. Under here are our 7 little books, which are all of our more, again, the correct price points, easier price points, but usually performance fabrics. So they're super strong. They have a huge variety. Some have a linen feel, some are more velvety, but they're all of our performance fabrics. They're at very good price points, but they are more family orientated. So if you need a sofa, it's going to be used in a family room, or if you've got contract work for hotels, then this is the qualities that you should be looking at.
Yeah, they're things like faux linens, leathers. We sell a lot of this product for projects, and lots of people like them because we have a really good colour line. I mean, this is a really inexpensive faux leather, but people love this because the colour line is fantastic and the price is great. And also, if you are working on a project and need special pricing, we do special pricing all the time for projects. So you can always ask us for a special price for something if you have something that you're working on.
So these are sort of our, as we had the essentials for Baker, these are all our everyday fabrics for Baker Lifestyle.
Как в любой коллекции, однотонники это основа коллекции, основа ее продаж. Здесь однотонники очень практичные, великолепно моются, стираются, все можно чистить как угодно. Они высочайшей тестовой стираемости имеют, опять же, удобны для семейной жизни, собачки, кошечки, детишки, и что им не страшно.
And you can see the sort of decoration. I'm trying to get
Цена очень доступная.
the brochure, but you can see the sort of thing that we've used, the embroidery horizontally with the footstool, but it's very fresh and it's very bright and it's very relaxed living. You know, I think it's also quite that sort of much more relaxed style of decoration. And as I say, it's very good for beach houses and cottages and second homes and family rooms.
And this sort of look has been well received in this market. So this is a good story for you.
Yeah, and also we have the previous book, which is called Carnival, you know, which just has lots of fun. If you're looking for something that's fun and colourful to highlight a room, we've got lots and lots of colour, but also, as Tony said, you know, it's also got lots of smart blues and whites and single colour things if you don't want the sort of bright, and lots of neutral colours. And again, the collections work together, so you can cross over things from here with things in here. So again, you can mix and match the collections for your clients. So that's really the story of Baker Lifestyle. It's easy decorating. We've done lots of the schemes for you.
You can see just from this little pile here.
Здесь вы также найдете аксессуары. So in the GP&J Baker collection, you don't have accessories like trimmings.
Yes, there's trimmings like this.
But here, I mean in lifestyle, but not in GP&J
Not in Baker, no.
Да, здесь вы также найдете аксессуары. Вот, например, замечательные борды, которые, не знаю, тесьма широкая, которые вы можете отделывать однотонники и менять, преобразовывать.
And there's this lovely book of velvet, which, you know, they're easy, single colour, well priced, easy to use. Again, they all do 35,000 Martindale. We sell lots of this for projects. It's a viscose cotton velvet.
But it's a fun velvet. The other thing is it's a fun velvet. There's not very many fun velvets in the marketplace.
You know, and it's some of it's very things like that, sort of really. So it's happy. Baker Lifestyle is happy. Makes you smile when you get up in the morning and look at your curtains or your chair. It's a very sort of jolly look. And again, we'll give you lots of images. We have lots and lots of images that we can give you for your iPads and things for inspiration for you and also to show your customers. So we'll put together some slides and an iPad presentation of Baker Lifestyle for you. But these are great go-tos, and also they're great go-to for, again, for Baker. You know, if your client has a budget, but you want to have something special from Baker or Mulberry, but you want to have a big area of plain that is well priced.
Let's have a look.
These notebooks are really good for putting with that type of thing.
Let's have a look. So if you pick out this one, for example, and you can see there'll be a number of colours just in there that you'd be able to work with, whether it's the neutrals, or you can come down to the aquas. You know, there's lots of colours you'll be able to work with just with any of our historic prints.
Но вы можете отлично замешать Baker Lifestyle, как более доступные ткани, как с точки зрения пользовательских характеристик, так и с точки зрения цены с GP&J Baker. Опять же, сделать какой-то акцент в виде портьеры, ширмы, подушек из GP&J Baker, дорогих, очень благородных тканей, и смешать их с более веселыми, современными и более доступными тканями из Lifestyle.
So does anybody have any more questions or feedback or
You're quite happy?
things you like, or everyone has to say something because I'm tired of speaking. So is Tony. So everyone, you have to say something about. I mean, do you have a favourite? Our sales team, you know, do you have? Some of them have a favourite brand. Some of them have something they love. Something that somebody has. I mean, what's everyone's favourite colour? You know, what do you like?
Хорошее, плохое. Говорите. Каждый сейчас должен высказаться. Что запомнилось, что понравилось, что показалось важным.
Я люблю больше, конечно, их исторические дорогие коллекции, где вышивка с бархатом, со льном, и даже купила себе на прозапас, зная, что больше никогда не несколько каталогов вывелись в прошлом году, даже купила себе 11 метров запаса, самый мой любимый и обожаемый, думаю, пусть лежит, уж коли никогда не будет.
My favorite part of GP&J Baker historical part.
Yeah.
The richest one, the most expensive one. I even knew that you will discontinue some collections, and I even bought 11 meters of the fabric just for some case, because I knew that you will discontinue it.
But not yet.
It's good to have treasures that no one else can get. They become heirlooms.
У вас теперь есть мое свое сокровище, которого
Да,
никого нет. Только у
именно
вас.
так, именно так.
Эксклюзив.
А здесь мне показались интересными очень толстые бархаты, которые самые прям шикарные. Самые толстые бархаты хорошие. И я смотрю вот этот мебельный каталог, лично для меня интересен.
Какой?
Вот этот мебельный каталог.
Да,
да.
The thick velvets, are produced in a special way. It's really interesting to know. We have a special woven velvet, which is then dyed to give the depth of colour to the design. So the velvet is woven, and then the ground is dyed before we actually print on it, which means that the velvet, and then when the velvet is printed, it's tumbled, which means that all the fibres fluff, so you get this wonderful thick, lovely thick pile velvet. So that's how we
Сложная
produce
технология,
it.
который нам понравился. Его сначала ткут, потом прокрашивают основу, только потом его как-то там
Вычесывают, да.
За счет вычесывают, да, и после этого уже наносят цифровой принт, если необходимо.
Yeah.
Дальше.
Anyone else?
А семья Бейкер еще имеет отношение к компании? Кто-то работает?
Is somebody from Baker family have a connection with the company?
No, not anymore. But there are some Baker family members who are still alive, but no one has anything. For the last, I think since 1990 was the last Baker family member who worked in the export department, actually. And now no one from Baker. Yeah.
We are the family now.
Yeah, we're family Baker
family.
now. With you are now family Baker. You are joining family Baker. So, okay.
А я так поняла, производство везде планируется.
Да.
Ну,
Потому
собственно,
что
всё.
так сейчас со всеми производителями.
Так со всеми,
Фактически уже нету брендов, которые бы сами еще все производили. Нету их таких. Либо
Но
это
что-то они
исключение.
производят, если
Ничего не
показывать.
производят.
Ну, это
Тогда.
этнографические деревни остались, знаете.
Да, музей.
Да.
А сейчас ничего, потому что сейчас есть четкая специализация. Либо вы специализируетесь на дизайне, бренде, складе, сервисе, продвижении, маркетинге, да? Либо вы специализируетесь на производстве, и это совершенно другая технология, другой тип бизнеса. И более того, производство. Здесь вот видите, в одной коллекции, если раньше, возможно, там были принты, к примеру, традиционные английские, то сейчас коллекция это все. А чтобы все это произвести, надо обратиться, как они перечислили, к 150 производителям, иначе никак. И есть очень четкая, жесткая специализация сейчас. Для того, чтобы обеспечить наибольшую цену и конкурентоспособность бизнеса, ты занимаешься только блочным принтом, а ты занимаешься только вышивкой, причем вот таким типом машинами.
Ну да.
Ты занимаешься только надевными рисунками, тебе уже приходят ткани, и ты можешь вот сделать там 5 видов принта. Все. А если вот такой принт тоже цифровой, это не ко мне, это вот на соседнем.
Но складируют они все
Но все
Я
это
думаю,
их
что
задача
ничего не
придумать,
складируется.
если складируется.
Складируется, есть
Их задача придумать, их задача реализовать это все в производство, это задача потом положить на склад, их задача упаковать это все в каталоге, чтобы было удобно, сфотографировать для красивых презентаций, выложить на сайт и потом еще всем объехать по миру и предложить.
So I have a small technical question. What does it mean? We require back coating for UK upholstery?
Because in the UK we have very stringent fire regulations which came from a few years ago. There was a big fire and lots of people died, and they said it was the foam, the old foam. It was very old, but the old foam on their furniture gave fumes. So now in the UK, if a fabric is more than a fabric has to be more than 75% natural fibre, and if not, you have to put a back coating on the back of the fabric if it's used for furniture to stop. If there's a fire, the fumes can't come through the fabric. So it is only for the UK, but we have to have put a coating.
It's a bit like the back of this. It's a bit like the back of this sort of thing.
Yeah, we have to put
backing.
we have to put a backing on the fabric for the UK.
And it should be natural. This backing should be
No,
natural.
the backing is the fabric has to be 75% natural fibre. And if it's not, then the backing is like a latex coating, but it stops, if there was a fire, it stops any
The fumes.
fumes coming through the fabric. It's the most stringent fire regulations worldwide for furniture in the UK.
But it's an exception, and it doesn't work outside of UK.
No, and so that's why we don't back coat it, because Europe, USA, Middle East, nowhere else needs this. So we stock all of our fabric with no back coating, and if it's sold in the UK, we send it to be back coated.
Only for commercial projects in London or in the UK?
For all commercial projects,
commercial.
we have to do it.
Thank you.
Можете не париться, нас не касается.
Если только у вас не проект.
It's good to ask. It's
Yeah.
good to ask.
Okay. So our final brand, which I'm going to do very fast as possible, is Mulberry Home. So Mulberry,
У нас напоследок малинка.
its
Обычно клубничка.
ethos is craft. It was based on craftsmanship. It is very, very British in terms of the design being lots of wool plaids, things like this, which actually is our best-selling product for Mulberry in Russia, is all of our wool. All of these wools are really big selling fabrics here.
Is it an old brand?
Is it
an old brand?
So Mulberry was started in 1991, the Mulberry Home. It was started by a man called Roger Saul, who basically wanted to create a lifestyle brand. And originally, the brand was leather handbags and fashion accessories, which is now the worldwide brand Mulberry Fashion. And they also created a home part so that you had fashion and home. And then in 2001, they decided they didn't want to continue to design the home side themselves. They wanted to make their retail stores only fashion, because the fashion was so successful. And so they gave a license to us for 20 years to design all their home fabrics for them.
But they still keep the departments of the textile shops?
No, they took them out
They
of their
just give
shops
you the
they took them
Yes.
out of their
To
shops
do
in
it, let's say,
2001,
yeah.
and we now design all their home product in our studio in London, and we sell it worldwide, and we pay them a license fee.
Здесь очень необычная история бренда. Mulberry – это бренд начала 20 века, в 1921 году появился этот бренд. Изначально он был создан как фэшн-бренд, это сумки кожаные и различные аксессуары. Может быть, вы слышали, но он до сих пор существует. Это премиум бренд английский. И в конце уже 20 века, да, в конце 20 века они решили, что для них неинтересно продолжать продажи интерьерной линейки, текстильной линейки, тканей. И они сконцентрируются только на фэшн, потому что это продается гораздо больше, обороты сопоставимо больше, маржинальность существенно выше, и сложности не вызывает. То есть только на продаже готовых фэшн-продуктов. И сейчас они по-прежнему успешны, по-прежнему у них свои собственные магазины, но текстиль они из этих магазинов полностью вывели. И они отдали компании GP&J Baker лицензию на 20 лет на использование их имени для производства текстиля. В основном, на России особенно, Mulberry знает и любит бренд за шерсть. Да, то есть вот есть каталогов, которые нет на столе. потрогайте. Вот. Это такая традиционная английская шерсть. Конечно, в клетках в первую очередь, в любых исполнениях.
Я показала им проект, который сейчас в работе, и он вот в этих колоритах. Там смешная фотография, там ползают, красят. Но
А я думал, что это картина какая-то, или инсталляция там, или не у вас.
Нет, это вот красят на объекте. Да. И что эти ткани туда имеют право быть.
So Mulberry, the signature design in Mulberry has always been the mulberry tree, which is here, which we also have as a wallpaper. And you can see here we have both the rich colours of the wool there, and we also have a book of softer colours of wool here, which work with the Mulberry Flying Ducks design, which I'm sure you all recognise. Anyone who knows Mulberry Home knows the Flying Ducks. And the ducks, this design, interestingly, was dated 1928, and it was an original painting in the Baker archive. We have loaned the design to Mulberry and it's become their signature design, but it was actually a Baker archive design. So that's printed on velvet there. So we keep going. So yes, so we're very well known for our wool. So we have lots of wool. That's our family. Our family sheep are all of our wool. And so this design here on the chair is called Ancient Mulberry Tartan, and it was designed at the same time as the ducks. And it's a very well-known Mulberry. It's a classic Mulberry design. It's been in the collection for 20 years, and this is printed on velvet. So that's the wool version, and this is the velvet version. And it's also a wallpaper as well.
It's a very well-known design in Russia.
Yeah. It's very, very
iconic
selling,
in Russia.
iconic design. And here you can see.
Показывает бестселлер, который наиболее популярен в России. Вот шерсть, разумеется,
Yeah, it's in the book.
главная
Yeah, it's
позиция.
in there. The actual ancient design, Mulberry Tartan design, is in the book there. So, and then here you can see more of the wool with a design which is extremely successful called Game Birds, which is pheasants, and it is in.
When did you start the cooperation, the license program?
In 2001, and then it's been renewed, so it's now 20, we have it for 20 years now. So this is the Game Birds that's there, so you can see it's a very colourful, joyful design. So, and that's all the wools that coordinate. Again, all of our wools and planes and textures work with all the collections. And this is a sort of classic Mulberry room, how we would see a classic Mulberry room. This was actually photographed in an amazing English country house in Dorset. So, but it shows how to mix all the mulberry pattern and colour together. So you've got wool on the sofa, a really beautiful hand-woven embroidery on the chair, a stripe, lots and lots of pattern and colour. I mean, it's very sort of typically mulberry way of decorating, and a fantastic lampshade made out of the mulberry dogs.
Все, что вы видите здесь, это все ткань Mulberry, в том числе и плафон, абажур.
And that's the design that is made out of. It's made from hand-knotted. It's in festival, which I don't think you have festival. No, you don't have festival. It's hand-knotted and handcrafted. It's really a very beautiful piece of handmade fabric. And then this is one of Mulberry's best-selling designs called Dress Circle. The original fabric